Hello, I'm Sister Teresa Razga, the Provincial Superior of the Sisters of Charity of St. Joan Antietam here in North America. It was with great sadness this last spring that we had the tragic deaths of Sister Gabriella Nguyen and Sister Monica Fumo due to the coronavirus. At that time, we were not able to come together to celebrate these two beautiful women, their lives and their legacies. Because of this, the St. Joan Antietam High School family put together this program as a way for us to come together to remember these two special sisters, their faith, their love, their dedication, and to celebrate their lives and the legacy that will continue to live on. It seems very fitting that this program premieres today, because today marks two special occasions. One of them is the Feast of All Saints. The other one is the 65th anniversary of Spaghetti with the Sisters event. And you know how Sisters Monica and Gabriella were big cheerleaders for the Spaghetti with the Sisters event. But these two sisters were also saints, maybe not capitalized with an S, but they lived lives that are role models for us. So we invite you to walk down memory lane as we celebrate these two sisters, as we remember these two sisters. And never doubt that these two sisters remember you and keep you and your loved ones in their prayers and in their hearts forever, for love never dies. God bless and enjoy.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Glory to you, Lord. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You have faith in God. Have faith also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If there were not, would I have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you also may be. Where I am going, you know the way." Thomas said to him, "Master, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Jesus said to him, "I am the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord.
When I think of Sister Monica Fumo and Sister Gabriella Nguyen, I think of the dynamic duo. These were two women who were so full of life and so full of love. They were able to give that life and that love and that concern to others, in particular, the students at St. Joan Antietam High School.
Sister Gabriella and Monica's presence at St. Joan Antietam High School in the lives of those girls is far-reaching. Now, today, as these women reflect on their lives, say they made an impact. They made me a better person because of trusting me and loving me.
Sister Gabriella, I would describe her as a very happy, joyful person to be around. Her smile would just light up the room. You could just see her being truly happy as a teacher at St. Joan Antietam.
When I taught at St. Joan, she had the classroom next to me. Sister Gabriella taught them a lot about where she came from and the hardships that she overcame to be here in America.
She grew up in Vietnam. Her mother died when she was very young, went to Laos at a very young age, and did all of that with a kind of joie de vivre.
Sister Gabriella had to have a lot of courage as she showed the students at St. Joan Antietam who had displacement in their own lives.
I felt connected to her. I am a first-generation American, and my parents did migrate from Mexico. And just knowing that you can make a life after leaving your roots behind, it's inspiring to know that you're not alone and that everybody can do it.
Sister Gabriella taught me to be inquisitive. Instead of wondering why, just ask the question. Another thing about Sister Gabriella is she sold egg rolls, and they were delicious.
Oh, this is great.
That was a wonderful afternoon making egg rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Sister Gabriella, persistent.
Very persistent.
Yes.
Yes.
Great teacher. She taught us how to make egg rolls.
Yes. We made hundreds of them, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's a spirit of living present and with joy in the present moment.
She has a address book that is like this thick. She would write literally 300-400 Christmas cards. She would remember everybody's birthday. When somebody died, remember to pray for them on the anniversary of their death. And those of us that lived with her were able to be blessed by that kind of sensitivity and awareness of other people and what they might be going through. Even now in her passing, there are people who are comforted by having known her.
Sister Monica Fumo was a sister that what you saw is what you got. Behind that bravada was a woman who cared deeply.
She was completely without artifice. She was so genuine and authentic. Most students, even if they'd say, oh, I was always in her office, or, etc., they always say it with such a smile and with such a love, because she was never, the nun with the ruler, that kind of thing. She was always Sister Monica.
So Sister Monica became principal. Would have been the end of my sophomore year, and I was one of the first girls to be expelled because I was that troubled. I think being able to recognize that we're not our mistakes, that she was able to look past that, is amazing. I had the privilege to care for her as a nurse, and I went up to her and I said, could I speak to you? And I explained to her I was troubled and I got my life together, and she hugged me and said, I'm so happy to see that you got it together. What makes me most grateful is the opportunity to really have been of service to her, to really make amends to her, and for her forgiveness.
Sister Monica meant the world to my family. She provided us foundation when the bottom had dropped out, literally. Had Sister Monica not believed in me, I would not be the person I am today. Sister Monica and Sue Henzig helped me to start a gospel choir. There was a need in the school for the African American students to bring forth their culture, and they didn't know how to do it. Well, she found a way to reach them.
Monica was quite often featured or the star of assembly programs that we put on, skits. She became the nun on the Harley. She was really almost willing to do anything. The school had a beating heart that you could feel when you went in. And I was so proud to be part of that heart. her place is empty now, but not really, because there's thousands and thousands of memories and meatballs and pasta, and because she was so involved. I miss her like crazy, but I'm so glad she was in my life.
Sister Monica and Gabriella were sick at the same time I was. The separation was very, very painful. But the one thing that got us all through it, they got through to the other side, was the love and the compassion that we had for one another. And it was in our caring for each other that we were able to get through something that was tremendously difficult. The gratitude I have for having known them is so, so precious to me, and I will cherish that as long as I live.
Both Sister Gabriella and Sister Monica were multilingual. But for me, the best language of those two was the language of laughter. They delighted in laughing and celebrating life.
We give, and we're involved with St. Joe and Sr. High School because of the trust we have in the sisters and for the impactful work that they do in our community. You know, they just roll up their sleeves and we have something to do, so let's do it. And Sister Monica is very much like that. Her spirit is with us every day.
I can't just but smile every time I think about Sister Gabriella and Sister Monica.
Yeah.
And they are alive and they will live forever in our hearts, in the mission, in the school, because they live within us.
We remember in Scripture that love never dies. And so that love that they extended to the students at St. Joe and Sr. High School and to their families and to the whole St. Joe and Sr. High School family will continue through their intercession and their prayers and their concern.